So last time on Just Create, we struggled with our plans, but eventually we built this giant warehouse and a storage system inside which holds over 3 million items. And today we're going to be making a whole lot of upgrades around here, primarily to the storage system, but also to the surrounding area. It's going to involve numerous steps, but hopefully by the end of it, this area over here should be looking pretty good. And we should be one step closer in our plan to actually ship items automatically over to the shopping district. And speaking of the shopping district, Stam has been building a lot over there. I've seen even more layouts as well for new buildings that are coming along, and I really hope more than anything that it's his tree shop that he's got up there, because I would love to get some custom trees from him. I really hate building custom trees, so we'll go and investigate that a bit later as well. First though, rail yards. We've got a whole lot we need to do over the back here as well as out the front and the sides. In fact, in general, this building is looking very bland and boring at the moment. We're still missing doorways, we're missing the whole front section, so yeah, we've got a lot to do today. But first, just as I logged on to do this intro, I got a very panicked message from Stam when a thunderstorm started. What's going on, Stam?
I think it stopped. Did it stop?
Did what? No, it's
It honestly might have stopped.
still a thunderstorm, isn't it? Look how dark it is.
It was a thunderstorm. It was thundering for sure. It was definitely thundering.
So what's going on here? What was all the panic about?
So, yeah, we need thunder to strike these villagers so that they turn into witches. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, well, the surge protector didn't quite work.
I mean, it got some.
I mean, it saved a few of them. Now we just need to get it to strike all of them without them killing the villagers, I guess.
Maybe we should get rid of that rod on the right-hand side now.
Yeah, considering that's gonna hurt the witches. So, what do we do now? Because they're just gonna despawn. I don't think he thought this through.
Ah.
Do we put them in minecarts?
I mean...
Oh, there we go.
Hey. Right, so...
Remove them all, I guess.
I mean, it looks like he's got a minecart setup thing for them.
Do we just put them in his minecarts for him?
But then where do they go? Where's the minecart?
I mean, they go down, and that's his problem. They're gonna despawn if surely... Okay, let me just check. Wait, do you check underground? I'm streaming.
Okay, I'll check down there. Recam. So if we go down here, what's going on? Oh my days. I mean, there's something going on down there. Send one down, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. I'm gonna send one.
Right. Okay, you send one. I'm gonna jump into free cam and look down there.
There's too many There's too many. Doesn't even go by.
I mean, it's gradually getting past. I think what it needs is...
I don't think you thought this through.
No. Maybe we need a potion of invisibility so he can get closer, and then we need to replace...
That feels like a lot of work.
Replace the rails with powered rails, maybe? But obviously, we don't want them to keep poisoning themselves.
Okay, I'll go get an invisibility potion then.
If you're going to get an invisibility potion, could you not just grab a whole bunch of name tags? Because we can craft them.
Well, yeah, we could, yeah.
Because then you can just go invisible, name tag them all, and then it's Ex's problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
Stam, the witches are already name tagged. I've just went into free cam and went to go look at them, and they've already all got name tags. So I think we're good.
Okay, so we're good.
I think we can just leave.
Okay, well now I have invisibility potions for shenanigans. Cool.
Oh no. Right, well it's been a pleasure. Glad I could have a witchy fun time with you. Enjoy your digging and whatnot, and I'll catch up with you later. And there we go, we've now gone full circle, we're back where we should be. So, step one. I want to finish the actual track side of things first, and that means I need to get lots of tuff underneath all the rail here. And in fact, on this side, I think I still need to actually put in some more rails. And luckily, Drillbit's just over here, so we should be able to get this bit done pretty quickly. That's the rail looking a little bit better, and we've also got the other junction complete over there now. But while we're doing rail things, I think I want to sort out the signals over here as well, and maybe even actually get the stations in where they're going to be. The problem with that is that means I need to go make myself lots of train signals, which I know seems like a relatively minor problem, but if we take a look at the recipe, you can see that we need electron tubes. Once again, not really a big problem. We've got a machine that can make these automatically for us, but we do need to feed that machine with rose quartz and iron. Iron's easy enough, but the rose quartz, we need, redstone. Lots and lots of redstone. And I don't even have a stack of redstone at the moment. In fact, I have one solitary piece of redstone, and I could grind up this and wash it and get a tiny bit more, but even then, I'm still not going to be anywhere near what I need. And that means there's only one thing for it. 10 minutes of drilling later, we've got almost a full chest of redstone. So if we also grab some quartz, then we can craft that into rose quartz, grab some iron sheets, and load up this machine. Although it looks like we need some more sandpaper. That should keep it going for a while, and we should end up with 2 stacks of these. And I know we don't need that many for signals, but we're going to be needing a few more of these shortly. Wonderful. Now we can make a bunch of these. And I also want a few Nixie tubes. We'll grab a few other bits and bobs. We'll go buy ourselves some girders. Once again, visiting Chosen's Mall. Probably the single most useful thing on this server. Saves me so much time. Wait a minute. Was that a... Oh, my days. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. Is the chocolate factory open? Or the chocolate shop, I should say. We did discuss putting one over there in the train station, didn't we? And there's a new building there as well. But I don't know if we're allowed to look at that yet. And wait a minute. More road. Okay, right, let's not look too much. I know I'm meeting up with Stam later. That's probably what he wants to show me. For now, though, is there a Cinnabon shop? So, no, not here, it would seem. That's my tough shop, of course. That one's the moss shop. And hello, this looks new. So we have a witch who throws things at us. That's not very nice, but we can buy sweet rolls. I mean, I'm almost out of steak. It'd be rude not to get some. Thank you kindly. Right, let's run without getting poisoned. Oh, look, there's another one. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Oh, and the posters in here are being replaced as well. Excellent. I love it that people are taking the initiative, although you could have at least replaced one of my doubles. Jeez. Still don't have any scheduled trains, though. We need to sort that out. Was that another new poster there? What's this one? The dirty shop. Get down and dirty with our prices. Oh, I'm loving the posters. They just add so much life to the server. And speaking of posters, you can now buy the original Beardy Co Power ones on my shop over at MrBeardstone.com. So if you want to have some of these posters hanging up in your own house, or your own train station if you happen to own one, then follow the link in the description and you'll be able to pick them up. I don't know how long they're going to be there for, and I did try to sort them out for Displate, but the artwork wasn't created with Displate in mind, so I think we might struggle to get them on there. But you can get just wall hanging versions and poster versions, and there's probably even some other merch on there by now as well, like mugs and things, who knows. But anyway, enough self-promotion, we've got work to do. Hello, what's this? More signs. What's golden and green and isn't your golden carrots? My golden carrots. Come and buy now, because everything is better when it's Roman. Golden carrots now available at the lake docks. Oh, so there's another new shop. It would be rude not to have a look. I mean, that looks like it down there, doesn't it? That's a nice little detail. I like that. Bit of a spit roast going on there. Midas Touch Emporium. Veni Vidi. Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing. I'm loving all the posters and artwork stuff. I mean, I have just brought some sweet rolls, but, you know, you've got to encourage local businesses. So let's do this and get ourselves some carrots. Wonderful. And what's going on here? Oh, it's the copycats, of course. I forgot. Yeah, I don't use the copycat slopes myself, so I forget they exist. That looks like the back rooms where they're made. But yeah, that's awesome. The server's really coming alive. Lots of new shops. Look at that. What's that? Commemorating the day the best legionary ever joined. Okay, that's cool. That's when Legion was hiding as a box. And what's going on over there? Okay, there's just too much to see around here. But I haven't got time to get distracted. We've got some stuff to do. Okay, so these rail signals, because we don't have steam and rails at the moment, we don't actually have the sort of like dangly flag type things, but I also need to get power over here. So I think we're going to kind of combine our rail signal towers with things to bring the power over. I think that'll be good, because then we can get rid of all this mess. So first up, I guess we're going to need some towers. And what I'm thinking is we'll just utilize girders because they're awesome. We love girders. And then we'll stick some chutes on top. And if I do this correctly, we'll get a nice angle. Then we'll just do the same on this side. And then for now, we'll just put more girders across the middle. And to make these corners look a little bit better, I'm going to jam in some water wheels. And my thinking is if we remove that block there, and that one there. Then we can put our signals in over there with a Nixie tube. Then we'll just do the same thing on this side. And as this one is entering a junction, we're going to make that one brass, which means a train will only enter this junction if it can actually go all the way to the other side and exit completely. And now I just need to do this 2 more times. And there we go. Train signals installed. I think that works quite well. And now to sort out the power, which means I need chain drives and chains. So, chain drives. What we're going to do is put one of those in there. In fact, let's use these instead. Stick a chain drive in there. Cover up the top. Stick on a couple of levers for detail. And then we'll just do the same on this side. Get those connected up. Then this we can connect straight into the building, probably. Maybe. Let's see how that looks. Oh, good. So we're going to try something else. Let's remove that chain. Let's remove that block there. And in fact, let's do this a little bit differently. We were to do that, put the chain conveyor on top there, and connect that to this one. What we can then do is just connect this one through the wall to the one on the inside. Or not, because apparently all of our servers have just gone down. Oh, time to make a brew, I guess. Right, now, where were we? Yes, the power. So we've got all this linked up now. This is looking a lot better than this current mess that we have. We just need to extend this power all the way down the line now and connect it up to our power unit over there. And I need to get some more train signals on at the other end. And I think for connecting the power this way, what we're going to do is get more of these power poles that we've got over there, which means I need to go grab a schematic and my cannon because it's much quicker to get them in place. And I'm hoping we can just have those sort of going down the line because that line passes right by these little sub-generation things. Sub-generation thing? What am I even talking about? That's not what I meant. Substation, that's the one. Took me a moment. A short while later, we've now got signals in over this side. I've also stretched the power across to here so that if and when we build over that side, it's available to us. And if we go this way, I've just followed it down the track and connected it over there, which is good because this is looking much tidier over here now with all the power stuff. So next up, I think we're going to start working on the rail yard out the back here. And I do want to have a big sort of giant crane thing that lifts shipping containers on and off of trains. I mean, initially, it's not going to be a working one. I don't know if it ever will be, but it should look cool either way. But for that to work, what I'm going to need is space for some, well, feet for the crane, I guess. And I think I'm going to have it on wheels so it can slide up and down the platform. So let's carve out a bit of space over here and plan out where the yard's going to be on that side. So I'm thinking for these crane wheels, we're probably going to want quite a lot of space. So if I go back maybe 4 blocks, we could even potentially put in some stairs or something there to connect onto the path that's going to go alongside a road there, but we'll get to that later. And let me just see how far down I want to go with this. I reckon about that should work nicely. So let's just get all this bit tidied up. That might be a bit thin, actually. There we go. That one extra block makes a massive difference, and there's still plenty of space here to get our massive crane wheels in. Next up, though, let's just sort out the rest of this platform. Okay, getting there. And I think what we might want is a slope on this side. There we go, and then that'll allow vehicles to get up here if needed. So if this is where the crane's going to be, what I want to do is put a freight yard opposite, I think. Seems to make the most sense. So let's just mark something out. And I think we want a nice big container yard over here. Something like that should do it. We can always make it a bit bigger if needs be. Now, where has my shovel gone? Aha. So what I want to do is just replace this ground here. I'm just going to fill it in with tuff for now. We'll mix in some other bits later on. Just to amuse myself, though, I'm going to put in a few marks to show where the sort of wheels are going to be rolling up and down, just so the ground's a little bit different in those places. There we go. That should give you some idea of the size of the wheels on this thing we're going to build. But before we get to that build over there, I do want to work out exactly where the roads are going to be going. Now, we're probably going to have a path around here. So if we put that in first, then this area here is going to be the yard entrance. But I reckon we'll then probably block off most of this bit here. There'll be more path in front of this wall, which should leave me plenty of space to get a road in across here. And then we'll carry on the path on this side as well. And we'll likely have a road entrance around here somewhere. I don't know exactly where yet. We'll probably wait until we've got the crane in to make a final decision. But that does mean that this road here is going to continue out this way. So that will connect the road up to the shipping yard. We just need to connect it over to this one now. And I think something I do actually want to do is bring that road in closer over this way. So we're going to put in a little kink in the road here. It's a bit hard to see right now, but where those holes are, that's where we're going to add some roads. And if I remember correctly, we've still got all the stuff for roads sitting in boxes over here in that shadow. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, and a box of fun stuff. And although there is a lot of stuff here, there's not enough for what we need. I now have a whole lot of deep slate. Let's get this road filled in. So that's the road in, and it really makes such a difference having the proper ground in. So with that in mind, I think I'm actually going to continue on around the building and maybe just get all of this green bit here sorted out, which is going to involve me sorting out the front here and making it look nice. But first, I think I just want to cover the floor out here in a bit more andesite. However, I've got lots of shulkers of stuff here that I don't really need anymore, so I should probably get that into storage. But I don't want to be doing that manually, so maybe we should have a break from the landscaping and put some kind of shulker offloader system in in here. And there's plenty of space. I reckon we can probably do something quite cool here. So we're going to need to grab some building bits, but this guy just doesn't really have much yet, do you, chicken? Oh, wait a minute. Having a chicken here is a bad idea. He's going to keep laying eggs, look. Next egg's in 50 seconds. Well, we could have a collection system just so we're constantly getting eggs. That's not a priority, though. We've got other things to be doing. So first thing I'm going to do to make my life easier is just put one of those there. And that means I can just crouch right click and dump lots of stuff into storage at once. But that's not what we're here to do. But what I am here to do is make a super fast shulker offloading system kind of thing. Now to start that off, we're going to stick a big vault kind of sunken into the floor here. Something like that. We're going to put smart chutes on top, although I do need to put filters in those. And for those, I think I need wool and brass, both of which I should have over here. Let's just turn this on, and I think it's, yep, there we go. And what I want to do is put that in here, filter it for shulker boxes, and set that to a deny list. And if I stick one of these on each one of these chutes, that means I'll be able to stick shulkers on top, and then when they're empty and I break them, they're not going to fall into the vault. And then what we're going to do is put a packager here with a frog on top, connected to that one over there. We do have massive range on our frogs, it would seem. Honestly, I knew we had actually extended the range, but I didn't realize we'd extended it quite that much. But either way, I guess it keeps things a bit cleaner. You need a sign on there for Mr. B storage, and we need to power it, which I'm hoping I can do from there. Perfect. So now if I just collect all of these shulker boxes and these ones over here, then I can just stick all these shulkers on top. They'll empty in, and look at that. Everything's getting sent off to storage. Perfect. And conveniently, I've actually put down the exact amount I needed to offload every shulker box I had. Look at that. They're emptying incredibly quickly because we've got these smart chutes below, and now I can just pick all these up. That is so much quicker than doing it manually. Oh, look at that. Loads more stuff in storage. So it's all well and good having this shulker storage in. It's definitely going to be helpful for us, but I would actually quite like to know how much stuff is in each of these vaults. And I reckon these walls over here, we could do one for each side, might work quite well with display boards. Then if we were to use threshold switches and some display links, we can just show exactly how much is in each and every vault. Question is, how much space is here? Because we'll be able to get 2 results on each block, so that'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, it's going to go right to the top, isn't it? Let me count that again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So it's literally going to go right to there. So we'll probably have to move these lights, but we can probably make that work. So that means we're going to need a whole lot of display boards, which is half the reason why we made so many of those electron tubes earlier, as well as a bunch of display links and threshold switches. Oh, I'm going to need to get some filters in here. So we've got 8 display links. We're going to need a lot more than that. We've got no threshold switches in here whatsoever. We do have the cogs and the shafts though, so we can get power where we need it. But yeah, looks like I've got some crafting to do. Alrighty, so let's get some display boards in, and we are going to need to move these lights, but we'll just do them above the doorways instead. Still nice and central. And if we just put a cog there and a shaft in there, then our display boards are now going to spin. That was nice and easy. Yeah, I reckon that'll work. And then if I was just to put a threshold switch on the back of each of these, then connect a display link to that board, and this is the first vault that's going to fill up, so this will be number 1. We have container fill level. We'll have vault 1 and a percentage, and we should be able to start on line 2, I think. And then that leaves us the top line to write something else, but yep, look at that. And it should just about be able to fit 100% on it, because obviously that's going to be 3 digits. Problem is, by the time we get to vault 15, there's then not going to be enough space. So how about we just do that instead? Yeah, that'll work, and then we'll just write vaults on the top. Right, well, I've got loads of things to add. This could take me a while, and it would help if I actually right-clicked the board to begin with. Good job, Beardy. I wonder, can I do this? Do a bunch at once? Yes, I can. Well, that's both boards completely linked up, and I think that looks pretty good. I've also added a little bit of structure around the shulker unloader. I don't really know what I want to do with this yet, but I didn't really like the way it was just sitting out there. So yeah, tied it in with some girders. Gotta love girders. And I'm sure we're going to be doing more to this storage as we develop this area further, but I think it is time for me to actually sort out the floor around here. So that's going to involve getting a floor down over here on what will be the train yard, and sorting out the front area and the front of the actual building over there as well. And to start, I think we're just going to carry on with the andesite out the front here. Maybe we'll mix in a bit of stone and some other bits just to get some variation, and then we'll work out what we're going to do out the front here. So I've got the yard marked out with the andesite and the stone, and what I want to do now is work out the front of the building over here. And I think we want to have a nice separator between here and the rail. So I'm wondering if we do something like this, and then we'll just put lots of bushes and leaves and things on here, then that should give a nice little barrier. And then I want to have a path that runs along the front of the building, and in fact we should probably connect that to the main part path over here as well, which means we can probably do something like this. Raise the grass in front of these windows as well, I think. Something like that looks a bit tidier. So that's both sides done. I just need to work out how we're going to get up to the entrance now. And some basic stairs like that should do. Let's work out what this bit's going to look like, shall we? So maybe a window above the doorway like that. Some little pillars either side. And maybe we should get some lighting in as well. We could do a little something like that. Then use a chain and a lantern. Yeah, that could work. Nice little light. And maybe we could even put a couple of lanterns around here. Nice and simply. Just, oh, hello. Right there, fellas. And for the doorway here, I don't want it to be sticking out too much on the inside. So I'm thinking if we do this with the slabs. Stop it. Right, you're going to become a clerk and you know it. Let's just move him over this way so he's out of the way. And yeah, we'll pacify this guy a little bit later. But he'll be better than that chicken over there that's making a right old mess with eggs. Thinking about it, I guess there's no harm in stocking up and getting a few more. Come along, fellas. Over here. Yeah, that's one in a boat. Next one. Come on. That's another one in a boat. That's leader man in a boat. We just need one more. Right, we'll deal with them lot later. Now, what was I doing? Oh, yes. Lights and stuff. We need a doorway in here, actually. And I think just a copper door like that should do nicely. All right. Well, the front bit down here is coming together. We've still got lots of detailing to do, but I'm just trying to get the core bits in at the moment. Next up is this yard over here. And once again, I think I'm just going to use andesite and stone and just pretty much fill out this whole yard around the corner here until it connects up with the station. And we're going to get another big garage door in on this side as well, but we'll worry about that later. For now, more andesite and stone. Scrap that. Before we do that, Stam has just messaged me. He wants to show me the delivery system, which is important because that's what we're going to be linking into. I assume he's over a spawn. And to be honest, I could really do with fixing my shovel as well, so it's probably not a bad thing he distracted me there. Oh my days, look at this place. Oh, that's got to be the tree shop, surely. Surely. Oh no, throws, leaves, and wood shop. Ooh, finally a wood shop. That's going to be very handy. Very pretty, Thronash. There's another shop here. What's this one? This looks moody. Ah, frog lights. Nice. Well, this is cool. I'm loving the new buildings. Oh my days, there's another one. What is that? I swear all of this must have just sprung up overnight. Oh, it's got a clock. Fancy. But what is it? Wait a sec. Okay, well, it's Chosen's shop. He seems to be trying to sell some advertising. Chosen's Delights, where automation meets temptation. Ah, nice. It's all the chocolate things and Cinnabuns and, ooh, Scorcher and Scoria as well. That's going to be handy. Oh, that's cool. How's he done that? Armor stands? Must be armor stands. Oh, and it's got a little rabbit who seems to be half damaged. I won't ask. That's awesome, though. So many shops around here now. I imagine Stam is this way. Oh, look at the little delivery truck he's got. That's cool. But let's wait for Stam before we start poking around. He said he just ran off to go get some more rockets. Oh, that looks like Stam arriving. Stam!
Hi, Birdie.
Hello.
Hello. Just arriving with some new rockets.
Nice. I see a new road.
Yes.
And a new van.
New road and a new van.
Show me more.
Hold up. Let me just park this up. 1 second. Keep your eyes peeled on the little frog lights. The frog ports up above.
Frog ports up above. Yep. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Oh, that's just fancy. How cool is that?
Right, into the station. They should arrive, and then you should just, if you wait here for a second.
Yeah.
They should go down my bed. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, here they are.
And then they'll just go right in there. And, do you want to see something?
Yes.
Through this trapdoor here. Look at my beautiful, beautiful track
Oh,
thing.
my days.
It was worse. I've already redone it once.
This bit doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, no, some of them are just... I've ended up just not removing anything because it's easier that way.
Right, okay, this is horrific to look at.
Do you want to see the van in action? Not look at my mess? This is the fun bit.
Oh, this is the fun bit, okay.
Are you ready to fly out the hole that's over here? Because it is pretty fast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just get up. Yeah, you get up there. I'll send it up for now. Obviously meant to be automated, but there we go.
Oh, it's just crashed into an anvil and a shulker box. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't mind those.
Yeah. So
Picks up
just
the packages.
pulled up, yep. Oh, and he's off.
And he's off. I need to fix the hills, but that's fine.
Oh, look at him go.
But that turns in front of our shops, then we head into the alley.
Oh, he's going down here.
And he will park up, and he will deliver the boxes into my shop. And I mean, you could probably use the same train station if you want to.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
With frog ports, yeah.
And what's the range on post boxes?
like 32 blocks. So if
Oh,
you have it
wow,
back here,
okay.
you could technically they're bringing out the packages, moving them into the back, and you know. And then he's off back to it again, and whenever there's more packages, he'll go off and get those.
That is awesome. It's fun to set them up, but it's a bit of a pain, isn't it?
Yeah, that took a little bit, but you know, it's fine. It works.
Well, it's nice when it's done, though. Nice when it's done.
Yeah.
I've noticed there's a lot of new buildings around here. Are any of them yours?
Yes, and I'm actually about to go get some materials to build like 2 more.
Really? Literally, I came over here yesterday, I think it was, and I was like, oh, some new stuff's been marked out. And then I've turned up today, and there's like 3 new buildings.
Yeah, there's about to be even more.
All right, well, thank you very much for showing me the delivery system. I think I have an idea of how it works. I will
just let me know
ask
if you
you if I get stuck. But yeah, hopefully I'll be using it in the next couple of episodes, I'd imagine.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Oh, ow.
Ooh, ah!
I started sleeping by accident.
Okay, I'm watching you sleep now. This is just weird. See ya.
Bye.
Right, well, that is absolutely awesome. The Stam's got that set up. It means that we can start auto-sending stuff over here sooner than I expected, which is good. Now, I need to heal my shovel. Still hear Stam in the background. Anyway, right, let's heal up our tools and, well, get to that train yard. With the rail yard, I decided to use more stone and andesite for the floor, but I also added some areas of layered andesite to mark out where we're going to be adding a whole bunch of shipping containers. With the yard floor done, I added some fences, double height around the new yard, and single height in other areas of the plot. And now I think we're just about ready to maybe make a start on this crane. I think I want to get the crane in first before I start adding shipping containers, because I might need to move the location of these plots a little bit. But big crane, big square crane that moves shipping crates about. And I think we're going to have sort of 3 pillars on it. So we're going to have a wheeled pillar over here, another one on this side of the rail, and then another one over here so that it can sort of slide up and down, pick up shipping crates, slide up and down more, put them on the train, and so on. And I don't know if it's going to be a working crane or not. It kind of depends how it ends up looking, really, and if we can then make it work. I mean, we'll definitely be able to make it move up and down. That won't be a problem. But whether we'll actually be able to do anything with the crane mechanics or not, I don't really know. So we don't have any additional mods that would allow things like that. So, yeah, I don't know. We might have to try and do something clever if we can, but not being a very clever person, that's quite unlikely. Right, where were we? Bits for making a crane. That's what we need. And I'll tell you what, I could really do with bringing the rest of my storage over here. I wonder. I mean, I could probably just glue all of the vaults together and then pick them up with a contraption and bring them over here. But each of those vaults is actually full, so they might contain too much data to allow me to do that. Guess there's only one way to find out. So let's give this a go. This item vault here still appears to be empty, but this one is not. So we need to take, what's that, 4 volts? 5 volts? Yeah, 5. Let's see if we can actually pick all these up or not, or is everything going to explode? Well, I was able to pick it up. Can I scroll to it without crashing? Yes. Excellent. And what I'm thinking is, if we just dump these down here somewhere, and I should just be able to feed everything directly into this barrel, which will then get it into storage. So a little system like this should get everything going. I mean, it's going to take a while because all this bit here is going to get backed up pretty quickly, but that should still gradually filter everything in. In fact, if we were to put it straight onto there, might even be quicker. Make a quick adjustment here. There we go, much quicker. It's not stuttering now. We'll have all this loaded up in no time. And the good thing is we get to watch all of these numbers going up, which is going to be very satisfying. That's all the storage unloaded. I think I just want to change the clerk now. And as Frank, although not being used anymore, is still technically part of the original workshop, we need a new guy. And luckily, this guy paid a visit. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to be sitting here for the next 20 minutes while we pacify him. There's a bunch more of his friends outside too, but we don't need them yet. Short while later, and we now have a new worker, so let's get him in place. Grab a name tag, of course. And we know for a fact that this guy is definitely not Frank this time. This is his brother, Hank. Although I forget, you have to actually take them off the chair. I can name them. Otherwise, it just opens the inventory every time I try. There we go. We've got all our filters in. Excellent. Anyway, we were getting distracted. We need stuff to make a crane and better spelling. Something else I want for this crane is a whole bunch of these mechanical rollers, which means I'm going to need to make a whole bunch of electron tubes and some crushing wheels, but I think I can actually buy them from Chosen, which will be very handy if I can. I also need to get more industrial iron and a few other small bits and bobs, which I probably do have in here, such as shafts and metal brackets, maybe some water wheels because we like sticking them on things, and we're going to need to make some rose quartz and grab some iron sheets. But I think with a little bit of crafting crafting, we should be able to get everything we need now. I think I've got enough stuff to make a start on this crane. Let's see what we can do. And the first thing is going to be to make a little base here. I want to have like giant wheels on this crane so it sort of rolls up and down these bits here. It'd be nice to be able to sort of indent it and have the wheels indented somehow, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. We'll have to see how we get on. But if we were to do something like this, maybe 2 wheels would be better than 3. 3 looked a bit much there. And build in like a little frame, maybe attach it there. Do the same on this side. A girder in the middle for supports. Okay, looks a little bit feeble at the moment. Let's see if we can maybe bulk it up a little bit. Something like that. And instead of water wheels, maybe if we use one of these, big chunky chain drive, and then do like a little tower maybe, and then our good friend the girder. Yeah, that's looking quite chunky. I need another girder on this side though. And if we were to go up to maybe this sort of height, probably do with making this a bit chunkier as well, though. I wonder. We put another girder on, then a chute. Could we do this? So, as a single leg, how does that work? I think that could be good. Although the girders look a bit bland, I wonder. I think I'm going to need my jetpack to make this a bit easier. But thankfully, everything lives over here now, so much easier to get hold of things. So, what I'm thinking is, if we maybe just jam in a few shafts, that should give it a little bit of detail. And to be honest, it makes it all look a bit more attached as well. I like that. Maybe do the same at the top here. Yeah, I like that. That looks like a nice big strong leg. Now let's do a second one here. Now for attaching these together, how about we do a row of girders with some blocks on top? So that's the first part of the frame in. I just need to do that 2 more times. Then we'll get them all connected together and put some kind of crane lift pulley system type thing in it, I guess. Let's get this done. Well, I think I've got the basic frame of the crane in. That's looking pretty good. And apologies if you can hear a whirring and humming in the background. It's incredibly hot here today and I've got the aircon on full blast. This video is already late. But with the main frame now in and the support structure should work, let's do this and get some shafts in and then figure out how we want to do the actual sort of crane part of it. So I've got some brackets here. Let's start with those. And I think I'm going to grab some chains. And I'm also going to make some pillar blocks here because this is what we're going to use to make these shipping containers. So let's maybe have a couple of chains here. Then we're going to switch to girders and make some kind of big claw type thing. Something like that. Let's just get the shipping container in and see how that works. Let's try those like that, maybe. Because like this, they're not actually attached. How does that look? Well, that looks pretty good. Well, I am just going to try something else as well. Go from the middle here. Do that. One of them and do that. I think that might be a bit too much. Don't think we need a second claw. But it's always worth trying things out. I think one last thing I want to do, however, is just make this girder here look a little bit more attached. And I think with that, our crane is done. So it is, of course, wider on this side because it has to go across 2 tracks than it is on this side where it's just going to be picking up shipping crates. We've got all these areas here where we can store more shipping crates. If we get a couple of forklifts in that are actually sort of moving those crates around, we can make this look pretty good. But I think it's time to add a whole lot of shipping crates, so I'm going to need lots of different types of pillar blocks. We'll just see what we've got in storage and make what we can, and then we'll fill up some of these areas over here. And that should make a huge difference to the area. Let's see what Hank's got for us. A short while later, and we're making some good progress. The shipping yard is starting to fill up. I've got lots and lots of shipping containers in, but these areas here, I kind of want to wait until we've got other factories in the area and just have little pallets and things like this, because that way we get a bit of variation in and the whole thing's not just shipping crates. I do want to get a couple of forklifts going around as well, I think. But before we get our forklifts in, I've heard a rumor, and that rumor is that Stam has finally opened his tree shop. And I'm probably going to want a few trees around here. In fact, we're going to want lots and lots of trees all down the rail line in various places and so on. So let's go and have a look, see what he's got. And I'm going to assume the tree shop is over here some... Wow, okay. It's probably this one. This place is massive. Look at that. Even got some floating candles. Birds? Do you reckon they're birds? Probably birds. What's going on down here? He's got a little basement door. Oh, no, nothing in there yet. I guess the shop must be up here. Stam's Custom Trees. I pick up from there. There's a showroom. Okay. Small 6 diamonds, medium 12 diamonds, large 24 diamonds. 24 diamonds per tree. Or is it a case of we buy the blueprint and then we can make as many as we want? That probably makes more sense, doesn't it? 24 diamonds a tree would be ridiculous. Oh! What's this? What's this witchcraft? This is cool, though. We get to see all the different trees. Azalea Jungle 2. Azalea Straight, 1, 2, 3. Pine Small, Pine Medium, Pine Large. So that tree there would cost 24 diamonds. And is that just for the schematic? Is that how this works? Yeah, it looks like it. So you don't get the resources either. Woo! Yeah, that's got to be a one-off purchase, surely. And we've got spruce trees. We've got tree. Okay, there's not one there. What have we got? We've got birch trees. Tell you what, that looks pretty nice. I like that. Free advertising for me as well. Excellent. Yeah, the birch trees look really nice. I like those. And what's this? Oak. Whoa, look at that. That's a monster. Yeah, these ones are probably my favorite, I think. These are the ones that we've got around spawn. In fact, look, there's my windmills. And there's the shop. Yeah, we're going to make some good use of these, I think, assuming that these prices, as I say, are just per blueprint. Because if I was to buy all the blueprints in here, I mean, that's still going to cost me like 15 stacks of diamonds or something stupid. Although it does say for bulk orders to talk to Stam, so maybe that is per blueprint? Or schematic, I should say. I don't know. Let's go find him. Now, I can see that he's online, so I'm going to assume he's over at his base somewhere. Let's go find him. Well, he's not here at this village. Oh, but that's that tree we were looking at. Lovely. Oh, my little bot. He's still going. Although this is turned off. Let's just give that a little nudge while we're here. Do love these little bots, though. I should probably do something more with these. Anyway, stop getting distracted, Beardy. We need to find Stam. Oh, more custom trees. Good stuff. You see, if I wanted to plant a forest like this, if I've got to buy them per schematic, and this isn't even a forest, this is just a few by the edge of the track, that's going to cost me like hundreds of diamonds to do that. Unless, as I say, it is a case of you buy the schematic once and you're good. Ah, right, we're at the end of the track here. Oh, there's a pillar. Let's follow the marks. Oh, what in the world is that? Oh, Happy Gasman. Oh, wow. Amazing. I forgot we had these. Oh, we're going to have a play around with them at some point. Let's find Stam. Right, I see a portal. I see a new bridge. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there he is. Stam!
Thought I heard a rocket. Hi.
Yeah, this bridge looks wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been through a few stages of grief building it, but it's fine. It's fine.
Right, yeah. There was an option to build an angled, like, rampy type bridge over at my place, and I was like, nah, not doing it. You're a braver man than I am.
It's looking good.
It looks amazing. So, I noticed you built a lovely new shop, lovely new custom tree shop. And I just, put me down. And weirdo. And I just wanted to double check, like, the prices is a case of you buy the schematic and then, like, you can just make your own after that, right?
No.
No?
No.
What, so that's like per tree?
Yeah, are they too expensive?
Well, for example, I just flew down your rail trying to find you. Yeah. And I went past a collection of trees. Must have been about, 10 trees, something like that. If I wanted to do that, it's going to cost me hundreds of diamonds, Stam.
Yes, but that's why you bulk order, Beardy.
Right. And
Did you not read the signs?
I did, but I obviously instantly forgot that bit. Because I just assumed... 24 diamonds for a tree schematic. If I wanted like one of every tree you've got, it's going to cost me like $1,000. So I was like, nah, it must be per schematic, but that's per tree.
Yeah, it was meant to be like if you want one tree, it's going to be a little expensive because they take some time to make,
But you're not making them.
Talk to me. I am making them. Well, I've designed them. It's time and effort into that, Beardy.
Fair. The designers do need to be paid for their work. I agree with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So what are the bulk order prices like? Because I'm going to want like hundreds of trees.
Oh, where are you putting these trees?
I've got a very long rail line that's very long and boring. So there's going to be a bunch of trees there.
Would need some trees, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be like loads of trees down there. There's like my entire base area is going to need trees. I want to put like a little forest around the back of a bit.
Okay. Well, do you want to head back to spawn and look at some of the trees we have?
I've already looked. I looked through your books.
Okay.
And it's all been wonderful. Like, there's lots of trees. I'm just going to want, like, a variety of different trees. I wonder if we can come up with some kind of, I don't know, subscription service or something. I don't know. I don't know how to do this, Stan, because I'm happy to spend lots on trees, but at current prices...
It's unreasonable. Okay.
I say, well, it would be 10 months of electricity to everyone on the server to be able to buy, like, 10 large trees. So,
okay, maybe. Why is it so cheap for power then? Wow. I feel like you got to get into some other businesses.
Yeah, it's gradually rising, which they may or may not be aware of, but that's a story for another day.
I'm also subscribed to your power, right?
What?
I'm subscribed to your power as well, right?
So, about this subscription, I'd love some trees. I don't mind, paying a reasonable amount of money for them, but I need so many trees, it would break me.
Okay, then maybe a subscription service isn't a bad idea. I just need to think a little bit about the pricing of that and how long, like how often you need to pay for it and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, I'm going to finish my bridge and give it some thoughts.
Cool. Well, it's a lovely bridge. I can't wait to actually see the finished product.
Yeah, a lovely train line's going to run over it.
Ooh, I do love
Actually made a
line.
proper sized bridge for the trains this time.
Oh, did you make a proper sized train for the train track?
No, what do you mean? Get out of here.
Well, the thing is, I can never come down here, and neither can Chosen, because our trains don't fit through your tiny tunnel.
Right, make my tunnel bigger then.
Look at that thing, though. Beautiful. Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted again. I've got stuff to do. So that should probably wrap up this episode. Do you want to wrap up this episode for me, Stan?
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and see you next episode of Just Create. Toodles.